Hey, it's Romy. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in, Libra. This is your May 2020 reading. So if you have Sun, Rising or Moon in Libra, this is a general reading, but it might resonate for you. If it does and you'd like to support my work, please go ahead, drop me a like and a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And you can also find all of the links to connect with me over on my website and other social media platforms, and also the link for the extended reading if you'd like to continue watching in the description box underneath the video. Okay, Libra, we're going to go ahead and see what's coming up in May for you. Hey Libra, okay, so we're in Taurus energy, which is 8th house, so nice and reflective energy for you right now. Lots of taking stock, particularly as we're also moving into retrograde season with 4 planets, starting with Pluto the 25th of April, followed by Saturn, Venus and Jupiter. So I see you being really thoughtful actually as we're in this kind of Taurus energy. We also have a full moon in Scorpio on the 7th of May in your 2nd house of finance and value, right? So we open up your reading with the Ace of Coins, and I think that there is this desire for renewal from you. And what's happening is that the energy in that 8th house in Taurus is helping you to kind of like churn over the soil, if you like, so that you can plant those new seeds and look at where you want to have a new start with something. There's a little bit more energy that comes with this, but remember, it's right at the beginning of something. So it's, you know, going to take some time to kind of start to really realize the results and the rewards that are there for you. And I think that there's a tendency sometimes when we go into the retrograde period to feel like you've not made as much progress as you have, but you are being invited in May, Libra, to consider just how far you have come and see the way in which you are changing and how you're responding to the situations that are unfolding around you at the moment. Now, for me, Ace of Coins is also talking to me about the focus that you have very much in and around your vitality, your physicality, your health, really looking to nourish yourself in a more meaningful way. And in taking care of yourself, in tending to that garden of your own soul, what's coming through is some beautiful new ideas and inspirations, perhaps new projects or initiatives that you want to get started, anything from what's going on in and around the home, to taking up a new hobby or project, or to really getting something going in terms of your business or work. From a relationship perspective, I love the Ace of Coins because it talks to me about a really solid, firm foundation of friendship first. So it's like you're taking the time to get to know somebody, you're taking the time to really feel into the energy of things and understand whether it's right for you, whether understanding if it's something that really vibes with you at this point in time. All these beautiful sun rays that are coming around this coin are suggesting that, you know, there is much more beauty, optimism and prosperity coming in on the horizon for you. So if you have really been negatively affected financially, that full moon in Scorpio is helping to illuminate perhaps where you can start to look at your own money story, how you can try to see where feeling more secure within yourself energetically, where you do have control, full control right now in terms of the way that you think, and what you're putting out vibrationally, can actually start to bring in way more opportunities than you might expect at this time. Now, that full moon in Scorpio is really compassionate. It has a beautiful, sensitive trine with Neptune, meaning that also the way that we're talking to ourselves comes from much more of a tender place. And that's going to spill into the relationships as well. It's going to spill into the way that you want to connect with people and the type of people you want to have around you, right? So I think there's going to be a real awareness. Remember, Scorpio wants to bond, it wants to come together. And that's what the 8th house energy of Taurus is also asking you to do, Libra. So I think you're being very mindful about where you want to unite, you know, where you want to feel the presence of people who you know are going to be really good for you, right? So here we've got 2 of Cups, and again, I think that there is something blossoming for you, right? Where is that coming in? Now, you know, for some of you, this just could be the way that you're taking care of yourself, perhaps for the first time in a long time, in a much more gentle, considered way, where you have more time to just breathe. For others, I think you're starting to seek out and find communities and people that are really illuminating like a new vision that you have for the future and how you want to communicate and the type of person you want to be. And then there's this relationship aspect that's, I think, really calling you to come back to a place of what are the foundations of this connection? You know, let's get back to why we're drawn together in the first place, you know, whether that be friendship, personal, you know, from a family perspective. I just think that Ace of Coins is inviting you to have a kind of fresh perspective and a new beginning, almost like wiping the slate clean and having a reset moment, you know, with all of these retrograde planets. But I certainly see you in the kind of energy where you're looking to come together and sort of find harmony and unity with people who have that same vision for the future for you. And remember, this is a beautiful time in Taurus energy to really be cultivating like a new plan for what comes next. We're not going to be in this particular set of circumstances forever, so it doesn't mean that, you know, your entire life needs to be put on hold. You have a rich creative imagination that can absolutely be unleashed at this time, and the way that you work on your mindset and your energy right now is going to make all the difference moving forward. So 10 of Wands coming in, because again, I think you're looking to really release and set down anything that now just feels heavy. Okay, now there is a little bit of fear that I'm kind of looking, or uncertainty, and perhaps for some of you it's almost like this realization of, all right, I know this is what I want to let go of. This is what I want to walk away from. This is what I feel like I've been at it for too long and I've not seen the results or the rewards that I need. Remember though, the 10 of Wands is coming to the point of culmination in a long journey. So it's had purpose. You've absolutely gained from the experience. So even now, if you're feeling like, okay, I can't carry this on much longer, and maybe even for some of you that's just the impacts of where you now find yourself, and it just feels really kind of like a heavy, resistant, onerous energy. Remember that we have that beautiful Ace of Coins like opening up a fresh new pathway for you. So even though you might not be able to see it right now, some of you, you know, you're blocked, the view is blocked from all of these wands that you're trying to keep hold of. And maybe it is just that you're trying to just keep everything together, you know, within your family, within your business, or even in a relationship if you're not able to kind of connect in the way that you want to right now. But remember, you know, energetically you can impact things so much more powerfully than what you're seeing on the physical right now. So do take time to really consider even where you're feeling drawn and compelled, because if something is telling you intuitively it's time to set this down, it's time to let this go, or one final push and you're actually going to make it through this. So, you know, your soul is telling you and guiding you really powerfully at this moment, and you need to take time to check in with that. Now, Venus moves retrograde in the sign of Gemini on the 13th of this month, and it's going to be retrograde till the 25th of June, but stay in Gemini right through to the 7th of August. So this focus in and around relationships in our material world as well also takes us back to the last time this happened, which was 2012, spring of 2012, Libra. So what things were going on for you then? Because you might get a little bit of a heads up as to some of the things that you might be dealing with through this month of May and into June with that particular transit. And again, that full moon in Scorpio in your second house, you know, I think there's some illumination, particularly around the way that you feel able to handle resources, money, finances, and how that impacts on your self-esteem, the value that you hold in terms of, you know, what you have to offer, how you show up. So there's a lot of healing coming in there, and there's an awful lot of opportunity to also recognize actually the amount of growth that you have made in these areas. And I think it's important that you take time to reflect on that. So we have this card of strength coming through. Could be a Leo energy, where you're needing to be strong for them, or perhaps they're lending that kind of helping hand to you at the moment. But I also want to say that this is very much leading me to remind you about the endurance and the resilience that you're building as a result of this time. And here's the thing, right? If you can connect into self and find those moments of peace, and you know, she is in a very peaceful state, the energy here. If you can find that peace in a circumstance that we're in right now, then that's going to be available to you. The emotional tools that you are building through this whole entire experience they're immeasurable, Libra. You know, you're going to take this forward with you, and it is going to completely transform who you are as a person and how you deal with things in your life, the way that you prioritize, not sweating the small stuff so much, really knowing that that strength, that backbone is available to you at any given time. But there's also something about that backbone and reminding you that, you know, to what extent are you so busy trying to support others that you're breaking your back, literally, okay? So this reminder that, you know, having a strong, healthy spine and backbone is what is going to give you that alignment, that balance, that grounded energy to be able to support yourself first and foremost, and, you know, not at the kind of the detriment to your well-being, right? So strength, I love coming in because I think she's absolutely going to give you that quality of just being able to see something through and to keep going. And, you know, underneath that Ace of Coins, it's also saying, you know, if you do have an idea, if there is something that you're beginning, don't look around you and feel in any way restricted or put off or negatively influenced by what anybody else has to say. If it feels to you right now, this is where I need to be, this is what I need to be working on or launching or learning or trying out, or this is the person I want to be around right now, you trust in that guidance because you're being given it for a reason right now. Chariot right at the center of your reading is absolutely giving you the wherewithal to overcome the obstacles that might be showing up for you, right? So the Chariot is giving you the energy and the drive to see through this Ten of Wands, okay? Overcome that kind of heaviness. It could be a Cancerian energy, and if this is the case, it may well be a relationship that you are looking to try to understand kind of the lay of the land a little bit more. You know, are you on the same page? Where is it going? Where does the future lead you at this moment in time? And even if you can't fully understand kind of what that looks like, because remember, 8th house, it's all about the kind of deep dive within. So things are going to feel a bit murky and a bit uncertain because the answers are not going to be in the physical, right? But the card of the Chariot is willing you forward. You know, you are going to be able to bring together both your heart and your mind and align the energy in a way that is going to be able to keep you moving forward. And that's the thing, even though we're in retrograde season, so there's going to be a lot of reflection back to, you know, why you're at this point in your life, and the decisions that you may have made that have brought you to this point. But that's not as a tool to kind of beat yourself up. The Chariot is saying there's so much richness and possibility to come and to look forward to. And actually what it's inviting, I think, is also to give you a little bit of that fire and a bit of that energy to just realize that you don't have to have things perfect right now. Nothing has to be perfect. You're going to have up and down days. There's going to be days that are going to feel incredibly challenging and like you're kind of trawling through mud, like that card of the Ten of Wands, where you need to dig deep extra. But you're being given that. And I think there is support coming in for you. I think support from unexpected places as well, I see for you this month, Libra. But also that there are going to be moments where you're really going to be that backbone for other people as well. If you are wondering where you need to take things in terms of your work or your purpose, or where you're being guided, where you're being led right now, a couple of cards have just fallen out here. Let's take Nine of Cups first and foremost. So there's something in your heart, there's something that you've wanted to do for a long time, and I feel that this is where we're trying to move you towards, okay? It's a life experience that feels more satisfying to you. It's relationships that feel that they have more depth. It's about you finding a sense of contentment within who you are and the life experience that you've created around you, okay? So regardless of this kind of Ten of Wands feeling heavy and I don't know, not allowing you to see what the future holds. I also see something coming in to really lift your spirits this month, right? I feel like there's something traveling towards you with that chariot energy. Now, interestingly, Five of Wands talked to me that following an upset, an argument, a quarrel, some kind of fallout, okay, there is news that's traveling towards you that is way more positive, okay? So if you hit a bit of a roadblock, or if you get some news that feels like it's opposing either what you expected or what you thought was going to happen, or indeed what your expectations or your heart was really longing or looking for, let it play out, because there's something that comes in right at the back of it that's going to lift your spirits. Now, maybe it's not exactly what you'd expected it to be, but something else is coming in that's going to feel really quite optimistic for you, okay? Really helping you to see that actually so much is being divinely orchestrated at the moment, and that your purpose right now is to stay on the upside. When we move into Gemini energy on the 21st, Libra, this is 9th house for you, right? So it's all about expansion. It's about you looking toward that new vision quest. It's about the learning coming in, being positive, looking further afield for the answers, you know, starting to want to see how you can tap into new communities, you know, looking overseas to see the way things, you know, how they're done, how people are inspiring you. And I just have this kind of real lift energy that comes as a result of that. Now, the Three of Swords in your reading today, I am really guided to say that this feels like a situation involving a third party. That's what I want to go with today. I'm not going to the kind of heart-wrenching heartache energy at all. They're actually showing me that this is some kind of situation that is involving like three people. So if you're finding yourself in a relationship situation, perhaps as a family dynamic, or even something to do with business, and there is choices to make, and you know, perhaps you're feeling like you're not the one in control of this right now. Again, I'm going to say to you, like, let this unfold in the way that it's supposed to, because actually you're going to end up far better than perhaps where you anticipated you would be, right? There's something really cathartic and kind of freeing, and there's real clarity that's coming in, clarity of vision for you about perhaps something that you hadn't fully understood or appreciated, or just a realization that actually this is not really working for me anymore. This isn't healthy for me, and I don't really want to continue that kind of a path or that kind of a trajectory, wanting to let go of that heaviness of the Ten of Wands. So look to this three in your life to see where it may be involving other people. If that isn't the case for you, of course, this is a general reading, Libra, and you are dealing with some loss or the need to just release some wound energy, then allow that to happen. Take the clearing, allow the cleansing. Again, you know, with that Venus in retrograde and Gemini, you may well sort of be revisiting some old relationship wounds in your life, okay? And if that is the case, I kind of want to invite you just to surrender into it, okay? The Hanged Man, ruled by Neptune, you know, helping you to find your spiritual center in everything that is playing out at the moment, and that there is this pause and this stillness. You know, there's a tremendous amount of peaceful energy that comes through from the Hanged Man, okay? And with Strength card as well. So while you're traversing through this 8th house and through these retrogrades, which, you know, are going to be around for the next few months, so this is energy that, you know, you're processing and kind of tending to right through the summer, you have this beautiful moment of illumination that says, oh, okay, like I'm starting to see and understand the blueprint right now. I'm starting to get a handle on the way that my path is unfolding, on the contracts that I've signed at a soul level, and why these relationships took the turn they did. You know, why that particular business or job didn't work out, why I've had such, kind of up and down within my stability, my finances, where the family situations have really provoked or challenged me. There's just so much kind of illumination that I see coming in from that Hanged Man for you. Now, we do have the energy of this in the middle section, showing that perhaps with regards to a relationship, there is this desire to want to get something moving, and then it being obviously held back in a state of limbo right now. Of course, this takes into account the environment that we find ourselves in with this kind of restrictive lockdown energy. And so again, if that is the case, and you're not able to really fully control the external physical, again, you're building strength, you're building endurance, you're coming into a state of real presence here. But remember, that Ace of Coins is inviting you to still start to work with the planning and the putting of a new vision in place for you and the people that you want to connect with. And that is absolutely wholly available to you right now. Page of Coins, this could be an earth sign coming up, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. But I also see it being a time where you want to learn something. You want to learn something about yourself. You're taking the time to upskill yourself somewhere. And whatever it is that you're taking on in May, even if it's as simple as, learning some new recipes, right? The kind of longer lasting impact of whatever it is that you're deciding to focus your attention on, Libra, is really beautiful, because I see it's helping you to make really healthier choices and decisions. So, maybe you're learning, how to better deal with your accounts. Maybe you're learning how to connect better with your son or your daughter. Maybe you're wanting to look at your friendships and the people that you connect with and really evaluate energetically, how you're showing up and the kind of way that those relationships are playing out around you. I think this Page of Coins has so much to teach you if you kind of move into his energy of just being really focused, really committed, really open, and also really aware of where putting the effort in is actually going to yield some amazing results down the line for you. Now, financially speaking, I think there is offer of help coming through this month for you, and for some I think that will be much needed. I feel you are being supported so that you can free something up and take some time to tend to something that's really important, is what I want to say. And if you are finding yourself out of work with the prospect of not knowing what comes next, if you're not kind of the benefit of any external help in that way, I also see opportunities starting to show up in terms of conversations and the invitation to explore perhaps something a little bit new or a little bit different for you, okay? So there is some real optimism that starts to come in towards the end of the month, and I think that you just need to keep really within your own bubble, right? I just kind of want to put this beautiful golden bubble around you and say, if you can stay within that, Libra, you're going to start to see where all of the possibilities are going to come in, okay? Just taking the time to make sure, specifically in relationships or those that you're looking to go into partnership or kind of come together with, that it isn't from a place of fear. It isn't from a place of, I don't want to be on my own, or I need to align with this person because, they have more followers, or, I want to get into business with them because they can provide the backing for me. Taking the quick hit decisions from a place of fear or uncertainty is not going to yield good long-term results for you, okay? Your oracle card is the Mountain Goddess, high vibrational mindfulness, power of the mind. I think this is what we're talking about. Even though there may be many situations in the physical that you cannot control right now, you can't get to see the people that you want to as often as you would like. You can't maybe go back to work. You can't, take control of your finances in a way that is helping to make you feel more secure right now. But you absolutely have 100% control of where you're directing your thoughts at the moment, and the story that you're telling yourself about this whole experience and what it means to you on a personal note. So I have you very aware of what's happening in the wider global kind of earth collective, but I also want to say that the mountain goddess is wanting you to keep your vibration lifted through mindfulness, through focusing upon the fact that, you know, you can choose to stand at the top of that mountain and see the full vantage point and the full horizon of what's to come, or you can take the decision that you're going to feel the heaviness and the opposing kind of energy and all of the resistance and feel like you're trudging up that mountain and it's a real difficult, exhausting climb. You know, either way, it's still going to serve you, right? But you have the option to take more of the light and more of the vision of lightness than feeling like you're trying to scale some completely impenetrable mountain at the moment, because you're just going to be going against the flow of everything. Okay, let's take a look and see what the astrological card is. Oh, beautiful. Sun in Taurus. Okay, so we're right in Taurus energy. Boosting of self-worth and finances. I mean, you know, I think you are working very much with your value through this month, Libra. And I think, again, these choices, decisions, reflections are going to make a big difference as we move into the second half of this year, and where you decide to put your focus. You know, what you want to begin, what you want to revisit, who you want to work with, the adjustments that you're making, and how you can start to allow a more steady and abundant flow of money coming in towards you. The Sun in Taurus inviting you to look at the practicalities within your life and take care of the little things, knowing that the universe has your back and is really supporting you in the vision of your best life. You know, this beautiful field of kind of lavender as well, very healing. Taurus energy is so sensual and really invites us to kind of connect into the softer aspects of ourselves as well, you know, surrounding ourselves with the beauty and the energies of things that really nourish our body, mind and soul, taking care of your physicality, you know, knowing that you need to kind of work that garden, you need to nurture it and plant the right seeds for it to really come into blossom. So the reminder that Taurus gives us the strength, the endurance and the long-term vision to be patient for things to come together in a way that we know that they will. So, you know, you have wishes being fulfilled coming in, you have new opportunities, you absolutely have a focus around relationships strengthening when you decide not to take the hard road. Take the easy road and allow the momentum of that chariot to carry you forward. Surrender into the stillness where you need to, okay? So, Libra, I hope this has given you a little bit of insight into this month ahead. If you are not already subscribed, please do, and you'll receive all of the notifications about any future readings that get posted up. Now, if you'd like to join me for the extended, we'll go ahead and pull some additional cards just to go a bit deeper into the messages here, okay? You can find the link for that in the description box and underneath the video, down by the comments section, and it will take you through to my website. So what I'd like you to do right now for me, Libra, is think about a question if I haven't answered that already in the 9-card spread, and I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards for you, and we'll focus on that specifically when we open up the next reading. So just thinking about that now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and clarify this 9-card spread now. So we're beginning with Ace of Coins. What is coming through here? 7 of Wands wants to jump out. Okay. Also the Queen of Swords. Lovely. Could be an air sign energy. Of course yourself or Gemini, Libra. Remember, as we move into Gemini, a fellow air energy, that is also going to help free up your mind a little bit as well. Also invites you into 9th house, which I think is going to be really helpful. 9 of Pentacles coming in with the 2 of Cups there. And the Moon. Interesting kind of polarization of that independent 9 of Coins versus the coming together of the 2 of Cups. So perhaps a bit of a push-pull going on for some of you there with the Moon energy. Okay, 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I definitely feel the stress and the burden of something for you this month of May, but you're being invited to kind of, again, chariot, move beyond it. And also, you know, you're really being given the energy to help deal with it. But, you know, maybe there is this Cancerian energy strong around you, Libra. Strength card bringing in 10 of Pentacles. Could well be a family dynamic that, you know, you're really focused upon, or stability and security, finances. Hierophant coming in right at the center of your reading. Again, could be a Taurus energy, but I like the learning that he's bringing through for you this month. And the Sun, beautiful. Could be a Leo energy as well. That Nine of Cups bringing in the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Earth sign here. And the King of Cups. Okay, Two of Wands came through with the Three of Swords and also the Three of Cups. Again, remember I talked about this third party situation that I feel. Lovers. Choice. Again, focus on relationships. Three of Swords again with this. Okay, Page of Coins bringing in Two of Coins. And the Empress, beautiful. Just a couple more for the Oracle cards here. Four of Coins. And Seven of Coins. You've got a lot of earthy energies in here. Bodes well for security and finances for you this month, Libra. Okay, look, thanks so much for joining me. I send you bright blessings for this month of May. Keep focused on the upside. If you'd like to join me for the extended, I really look forward to going into a little bit more detail specifically around this whole relationship scenario playing out here. And I'll speak to you real soon. Take care. Bye.